So guys, here on the ONVO app, you can actually see the charging map. All right. So if you go to my page and then scroll down, and you can see the different chargers here. There's over 1,000 plus swap stations and 20,000 plus NIO fast chargers. And then if you click on that, you can actually see the map. All right. And these are all the chargers available at the very start. Chargers and swap stations. So why don't we just filter out to swap station only? All right. So swap station only, you can see, wow. And this is Beijing, by the way. All of these swap stations are going to be available for ONVO. And what's really cool is that you see some of these swap stations have this little arrow. That means it's in the process of being upgraded. Okay. And then here, some of these swap stations that don't have an arrow, that means they're fully ready for an ONVO vehicle. So there's so many swap stations that are ready, Gen 3, Gen 4 swap stations. And then let's check out Shanghai just for fun, just to show you guys how insane it is. But you can tell all over China, the amount of swap stations is just nuts. And look at Shanghai. This is like oh my God, this is like a forest of swap stations everywhere. So with an ONVO vehicle, at the very start, you have the ultimate convenience, just like a gas car. All right, you have almost like a gasoline car like experience where you can just swap anywhere basically. Okay, and this is Shanghai. You gotta zoom in a little bit more, let it load. There's just a bunch of swap stations all over China, fully ready. Yeah, absolutely insane. I mean, like when you actually look at it on a map, it's kind of mesmerizing, right? Like you can go anywhere in China basically. Well, on swap alone, almost everywhere. All the big cities, you can swap alone. And then ONVO is going to have that. All right, there's going to be 1,000 plus swap stations. And also what's really cool is, of course, you can still charge. ONVO, you still only take 30 minutes to charge to full with super fast charging because it's 900 volt. So look at the amount of swap stations is just absolutely crazy. Of course, I personally, on my NIO, I've swapped from Beijing all the way down, and then went past Hefei, all right, and then went all the way down, swap, all the way down to Fuzhou, which is my wife's hometown, down over here. And it was just pure swap only, all right, and no charging. It was just really nice, pleasant experience, guys. So having all this at the start means, compared to any other new energy vehicle brand, it can't really compete. All right, battery swap, of course, the biggest selling point for NIO, and there's just so many of them. All right, and this is just swap station. And if we take a look, so you can use Gen 3, Gen 4 swap stations. You can filter out, I just want Gen 3 or I just want Gen 4, etc. And then you can also just filter out like fast charging. All right, let's look at fast charging. And of course, there's so many fast chargers available. And most of these are NIO's fast chargers. You can see with the NIO logo. And then you also have a bunch of third-party chargers that are also available as well. So you see that those are the small white circles. So you have fast charging and swapping. You got the 1-2 punch, guys, and there's just basically you got the ultimate experience. And I would argue, all right, and Neil will hate me for saying this, the charging experience will be better than current NIO vehicles because NIOs don't charge as fast as an ONVO vehicle, right? And also what's really cool, if we look back up here, and so on the homepage here, NIO's service centers are all ready. All right, over 300 different service centers. And what's really cool is they don't have to train new service reps. they're using the existing service reps. They're just giving them some new additional information and new rules for ONVO customers. They're training the engineers to do some, like it's basically like a new NIO vehicle almost. Over 300 service centers, and they're going to be treated the same as a NIO owner basically. So when you go inside, you're going to get very good dedicated service. It's going to be the NIO service reps dealing with you, and not like some ONVO sales rep or ONVO service rep. So that's going to be absolutely really nice. And it's going to be, you see, like this. It's a NIO service rep helping out ONVO customers. All right. So in that aspect, NIO doesn't really have to spend extra money, to make dedicated service centers or anything like that. They just have to train the engineers to be able to also service ONVO vehicles. So that's going to be very cool. And of course, big cost savings, right? NIO doesn't have to like build new service centers. So very nice indeed. And we are getting very close to the ONVO launch. There's lots of excitement here in China. People are checking out the cars. Celebrities are also pre-ordering the cars. And NIO also has very good marketing activities. Of course, there will also be NIO phone support. All right, NIO phone will also work with this car, which is going to be absolutely fantastic. Meaning, you can remote control the car with the NIO phone, do all sorts of great stuff, control the comfort inside using a NIO phone, and of course have it as your key. And everybody's ready for this car. And guys, when this car launch, it's gonna flip the table, guys, because it has all the great features everybody wants in a great package at a very affordable price. So this is gonna be amazing. And don't forget, even at swap stations, you're going to be able to get coffee at some swap stations. That's also going to be a very nice feature. So this car, even when I went to the ONVO store and I checked out the car, a lot of NIO owners were also there checking out the car, and they were all amazed. And I too was also really amazed by this car. The interior work, I mean, it's not cheap. It doesn't feel cheap in any way. All right, unlike a Tesla, which you might argue feels a little bit cheap, but this car isn't cheap in any way whatsoever. Very plush, very luxurious, very comfortable, and yeah, very good looking car as well. So it's got everything you could ever want in a car at an affordable price. And then with BAS, it's gonna make the car even cheaper, 150,000 or 170,000 RMB, roughly like 21,000 US dollars. How are competitors going to compete with that? They can't. All right. So this is crazy. 3-minute battery swap, actually 2-minute 30-second battery swap to be exact. So this is crazy. All right. So stay tuned, get ready, get excited. This car is gonna flip the table. As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Peace out.